6th through 8th grade wrestlers. Stand and give away to the crowd. I think they just got done with practice. Just have a little energy, give away for one. Middle school coaches, Karen Goodness, Brian Badetsky, Fred Hensel, Luke Martinson, Dean Berger, Tyler Rush, and Joel Berry. How about a round of applause for our middle school coaches? All right, and now prepare 9 introductions. All right, here we go. Connor Rosenkrantz, Paris Dave, and Courtney Rosenkrantz. Jack Falk, parents Jason and Lindsay Falk. Manager Ava and Jerry Peters, parents John and Tracy Peters. Eli Tibbs, parents Lance and Cheryl Tibbs. Trevor Noyan, parents Troy and Carly Noyan. Garrett Bowden, parents Ryan and Jessica Bowden. Lawson Mitchell, parents Luke and Jackie Mitchell. Max Fredrickson, parents Pat and Missy Fredrickson. Brady Freeman, parents Craig and Mary Freeman. Parker Service, parents Mike and Leslie Service. Manager Summer and wrestler Mason Taylor, parents Micah and Diane Taylor. Lucas Ford, parents Chad and Melissa Ford. Christy Reese, parents Clay and Christy Reese. Sawyer and Mason Goodness, parents Karen and Laura Goodness. Wes Olson, parents Hans and Melinda Olson. Zeke Oldenburg, parents Cody Oldenburg, Ashley and Chris Koopman. Victor Berna, parents Dean and Kelly Berna. Hudson Avey, parents Mike and Jessica Avey. Jax Johnson, parents Dustin Johnson, Scott and Molly Pacherik. Henry Yelp, parents Steve and Elizabeth Yelp. Mason Ludlow, parents Jake and Amy Ludlow. Carson Daniels, parents Todd and Katie Daniels. And Javanashan, parents Matt and Katie Javanashan. Sabatish Makivatas Piase, parent Amanda Van Lennon. Xavier Kitchen, parents Jessica and Alex Leroy and Dennis and Valerie Kitchen. Liam Forbes, parents James Forbes and Christian Thomas. Mason Stewart, parents Adam Gates and Jessica Stewart. Brady Jarasinski, parents Trevor Jarasinski and Kendall Zerke. Brian Nicholas, parent Kelly Van Lennon. And manager Caitlin Burkle, parents Bob and Michelle Burkle. All right, parents, I have a list of things to thank you for. This is from the guys. First of all, they'd like to thank you for all the hours you spend in the stands watching and compete. For all the Saturdays you give up watching them wrestle. Thank you for all the hundreds of miles you spent driving to practice and tournaments over the years. Thank you for all the early mornings where you got up early to bring it to practice. Thank you for all the sweaty laundry you did late at night because they had to have their muddy socks. Thank you for all the hours you volunteered at fundraisers. Thank you for the special snacks you buy after weigh-ins. Thank you for all the hugs after matches, even if they pretend they don't like them. Thank you for all the money you've invested in camps, tournaments, and clinics so they can get better. Thank you for buying them new wrestling shoes they just had to have. Thank you for understanding when tournaments became family vacations. Thank you for being encouraging even if you wanted to give up. Thank you for showing me that there is more to life in sports and stats and wins and losses. Thank you for always being proud of me. Thank you for always making my favorite meal Saturday night when the tournament is over. And mostly, thank you for allowing me to pursue my dreams often at the expense of yours. I don't know if I will achieve all of my wrestling dreams, but I know you love me no matter what. Your love and support mean more than any trophy or medal ever could. All right, guys and gals, give your parents a hug. Tell them how much you love them. Thank them one more time. Send them back to the stands, and let's get ready to wrestle. the starting lineups. As a result of the weigh-in draw, tonight's game will start at 106 for DePere, Parker Shane. For Pulaski, Connor Rosenberg. At 113, DePere will forfeit to Pulaski's Jack Falk. At 120 for the Redbirds, Mason Shinian. For Pulaski, Jared Peter. At 126 for DePere, Chase Vandenheuvel. For Pulaski, Eli Tim. At 132 for the Redbirds, Johan Lauder. For Pulaski, Trevor Moyen. At 138 for DePere, Isaac Mecklenburg. For Pulaski, Garrett Bowden. At 144 for DePere, Noah Benson. For Pulaski, Russell Mitchell. At 150 for DePere, Easton Pollock. For Pulaski, Max Fredrickson. At 157 for the Redbirds, Owen Nimmo. For Pulaski, Parker Service. At 165 for DePere, Jeff Singer. For Pulaski, Mason Taylor. At 175 for DePere, Brady Gallagher. For Pulaski, Lucas Moore. At 190 for the Redbirds, Bryce Broderick. For Pulaski, Sawyer Goodness. At 215 for DePere, Gage DeKaiser. For Pulaski, Wes Olson. And at 285, DePere will forfeit to Pulaski, Zeke Oldenburg.
Good evening and welcome to Fred Kessley Fieldhouse on the campus of Pulaski High School, located in Polka Town, USA. I'm Tate McMillan and thanks for joining us for tonight's high school wrestling duel between the Pulaski High School Red Raiders and the DePere High School Redbirds. It's a special atmosphere in the gym tonight, youth night here at Pulaski, with young wrestlers filling the stands and lining the mat to cheer on the Red Raiders. And alongside me tonight is Adam Spindler, a former state qualifier at Stratford, a previous varsity coach in the state of Wisconsin, and a familiar face in this gym as a Pulaski youth wrestling coach for the past 5 years.
Great to be here, Tate. Nights like this are what build programs. When the youth get to see it up close, it matters. And on a night like this, Pulaski's path to clinching the FRCC title is pretty straightforward. Wrestle with discipline, control the ties early, and capitalize on bonus point opportunities when they arise.
This is a huge night in the FRCC. Pulaski currently ranks 6th in the state of Wisconsin and 6th in Oakland Conference, can clinch the FRC title outright with a win here tonight. But enough of that. It's time to wrestle. So tighten your headgear, pull up your socks, and let's go, boys. We're starting at 106. That gives us Connor Wozencraft for Pulaski and Parker Shinian for DePere. Connor is currently ranked 11th in the state at 106. And we're anticipating DePere sending out a ranked wrestler tonight, Adam, as well.
Yeah, they have a wrestler who's ranked number 7, actually, in Division 1. But no such luck tonight. Connor in on a single leg here. Looking for the finish, trying to cut the corner here. Trying to keep those toes in. And they're off the mat. We're back neutral. Snap attempt there. Shot attempt in on a single leg here for Parker from DePere. Hip it in from Connor. Connor with the whizzer in, looking to go for a Navy ride, and there is your 3 takedown for Pulaski. Wozencraft up 3-0. Stalemate call by the official. That'll put us back in the middle of the mat with Connor on top. A stalemate call just means that the wrestlers aren't really improving at all, and we'll go get a fresh start in the middle.
Connor much more active tonight.
Connor trying to step through here, working his Turk.
10 seconds left.
And Connor's here trying to hold his foot in bounds to run the rest of that clock out, and we've got a fresh start with 4 seconds. Connor's got to hold him down here to not give up any points here in the last end of the period. You always want to finish on top.
And Connor's able to do that to the first period here. He's up 3-0.
Red has their choice, so Pulaski chooses to defer. And DePere chooses to go down. And Connor says, give him the escape, ref. I'd like to start this period on my feet. Let's go wrestle. So it's now 3-1 in favor of Wozencraft.
Connor had a nice showing this past weekend at the Pulaski Invite.
Yeah, Connor placed 4th at the tournament. In deep now in a single leg. Just has to finish it. Right there it is. There's 3 takedown, and then the escape on the cut.
Okay. Puts us at 6-2.
Connor looks like he's moving really well on his feet tonight.
I would agree.
And as I say that, Parker gets in on a nice single leg. Connor has a leg in, could be looking to elevate that other leg. He's squaring up here, pressure on the head. Hips in. Getting into a scramble situation here. Usually high head wins. Parker's head is up right now, Connor's, and there's a stalemate.
Got 1:09 left in the second period. Wozencraft and Pulaski's leading us 6-2.
Oh, nice swing shot right there. In on a single leg in the crackdown position here. Ooh, elevating him. Let's look for some of that. Still no points awarded. Elevate him again there. He just bailed out. And as soon as he comes above the waist, there's your 3. Now 9-2.
Think he's going to continue to cut, or is he?
No, I think we're looking cradle here. Connor was running a tight cross face there. Sucking that arm in. Could be looking for a snowplow finish as well.
Nice mat return.
Keeping that foot in, chewing a little time, and now bad position will go out of bounds. That's smart wrestling right there.
Brings us to the middle with about 15 seconds left. Scores 9-2 in favor of Wozencraft.
Right now, as a coach, you're hoping your wrestler just keeps him down here so you can get your choice here in the third period. Just a reminder for you wrestling fans out there, an 8-point win is a major decision. Right now, we're at 7. Be curious to see where Coach puts Connor here after the way he's been able to take down the DePere wrestler. And Connor is going down to start the third period. Connor looked like he's working for a quad pod stand-up right here. Nice mat return by the DePere wrestler. Parker has broken down Connor flat now, riding the hips. On the bottom, we got to keep working up. There's your chance. I got to get wrist control to break free. That was another nice mat return by Parker with about a minute left here in the match. If Parker can hold down Connor for the rest of the match here. Oh, we could have back points here.
Wozenkraft does a nice job to fight out of that.
The ref is holding 3 back points, and now they've been awarded. We're at a 9-5 match now, and we're out of bounds.
So we got 37 seconds left here. Wozenkraft hanging on to a 4-point lead.
As the former coach, we would really like to see a move off the whistle here on the bottom from Connor. Last time we were here, he just did that same thing. I like putting pressure on a guy by hitting a move right away. Connor now sitting with his head on the mat, has to build a base, and he just cut him. And he's in on a shot attempt. 1 escape for Connor, in on that double leg.
Bring this to 10-5 with 20 seconds.
And now we're off the mat. With about 11 or 12 seconds here left in the match. Neither wrestler have been warned for stalling. DePere wrestler, potentially dangerous is the call. The bending of the leg. 6 seconds left. Parker in on a single leg, and that should be 3 takedown. And that is a 10-8 win, Tate.
And a winner by decision, Connor Wozenkraft, 10-8. That'll get us 3 points here for Pulaski. And that'll head us up to the 113 class,
where Jared Falk will be receiving that forfeit. Little quick information on Jared Falk. He's currently ranked number 3 in Division I at 113. He was a winner of the Pulaski Invite this past weekend. Putting together a nice year.
He's one of the 4 ranked wrestlers that Pulaski has. We were anticipating Seth Corrigan, who's the 9th ranked wrestler at 113 tonight. And it doesn't look like we're going to see that tonight.
Nope, no such luck. Seth didn't show up for weigh-ins tonight. I don't know if we have a sickness or anything, but he's not here tonight. So
if so, we hope him well, or wish him well.
Good thing is they got another week to get healthy before the subsectional or the sectional takes place. Now we're at 120.
Where Pulaski's going to run out Jared Peters, who currently, after a strong showing in the Pulaski Invitational, is the 8th ranked wrestler at 120 pounds. As Pulaski looks to build closer and closer to that FRCC title, it'd be the first one since the 21-22 year for Pulaski. If DePere wins tonight, they would get a share. And it looks like we have Mason Shinian, a freshman for DePere here at 120.
And there is 3 takedown for Peters. From watching Jared this season, I've seen him work a lot of arm bars on top, and it looks like he's working to dig in that arm bar right now. Maybe a cheap roll through here. There's that arm bar I was talking about that Jared's in. He's pretty high up on the elbow. He's got to take a big step here. His chest is very high, able to sink down, and we're getting some swipes.
We got some swipes.
I was wondering if Jared was going to kick free that foot that he was using to help. Almost going to a double chicken wing right there, and there is your pin. About 1:07.
Peters got busy right there.
He got after that. That was a nice job. That's 6 more for Pulaski, and now it is 15-0 for Pulaski with 1:26, and Eli Tibbs coming up.
Eli also newly ranked this week after a strong Pulaski Invitational showing. He is the 9th ranked wrestler at 126 pounds in Division I. As soon as we figure out who DePere is going to roll out there, we will let you know. But so far, Pulaski's perfect with a team score of 15-0. And we have Chase Vandenheuvel, a junior,
with an 18-18 record. Eli Tibbs setting the tempo right away, getting into his ties. Nice knee snatch right there. Stepping up to finish. Trying to cut that corner, and there is your 3. Eli looked really smooth on that finish. Now he's got an ankle tied up by the DePere wrestler. This is one of those scramble situations.
High head wins.
Or you wait for the ref to blow you a stalemate, and then we get a fresh start with Eli on top here. And Coach Nate says, hey, let's go neutral. Eli, let him go. The way you were the aggressor there. So now it's 1 point, and then in deep on a single again for Eli. Trying to double off, cut the corner. Got to get that leg free. Try to straighten that out, pressure into him. Working a crossface probably here, trying to get his leg free. And there is the 3.
Brings us 6-1, just under a minute into this first period.
And there's the cut. Eli shoving him off the mat, and 6-2, here we go. Shot attempt by DePere, blocked by Eli Tibbs. Looks like we're looking for a drag here maybe, or a throw. And DePere just backed right off the mat after they had the double overs.
Now, I'm no wrestling guy, but I just remember Bayport, you know, we got hit with stall warnings multiple times when the same thing happened to us.
Well, I'll tell you, in college wrestling, that would have been no doubt. I'll just say different officials.
Okay. I will say the styles are much different. I don't, you know, Bayport, a couple weeks ago, they didn't take many shots. DePere seems to be much more active tonight than Bayport was.
That was a beautiful shuck right there by Eli to make it another, to get another 3 takedown to make it 9-2 with about 14 seconds left. Hopefully Eli will finish this period on top. It's hard to score as the bottom man with your head sitting on the mat. And that's our period. It is Green's choice, so DePere gets their choice. They are choosing to defer to give Pulaski their choice, and Eli will go down.
And something we failed to mention at the beginning of our broadcast, DePere is 5-1 in FRCC play, only loss coming to the Bayport in their duel, so they got a little, they got something to wrestle for tonight for sure.
Well, I mean, if DePere could knock us off tonight, there would be a tie for the conference.
3-way with Bayport, DePere, and Pulaski.
I will say Pulaski's looking hungry. They're wrestling aggressive right now. Tibbs back in on a nice double leg, sinks down, and there's the finish. We're at 13-2 right now for Eli.
And that puts us at 30 seconds into the second period.
Eli Tibbs says, I want to go back on my feet. We're at now 13-3, I believe it is. Tibbs, a lot of good motion on his feet, and there's another takedown. Will he cut him again, or is he going to go for a turn here? And there's the cut. 16-4 is the current score.
Eli looks strong tonight.
Yeah, I was just saying, very aggressive, very physical.
He's throwing him wherever he wants to.
And that is a technical fall right there, which is 5 team points for Pulaski. A technical fall is a win by 15 points or more.
And he accomplished that in 2 minutes and 53 seconds.
That's impressive.
And anyway, that's going to take us to 132.
Looks like Pulaski's going to send out Trevor Noyen.
Trevor, a senior wrestler.
Coach Nate is waiting for the ref to see who has to report first. And Pulaski has to report, and here walks Noy into the table. So in that coin toss they did before the match, Tate, they actually decide who has to report on the even and the odd number matches. That's why they have that before. And that allows you to shift guys around and make changes to your lineup. Try to get those matchups that will help you out. Trevor's wrestling a freshman here. Joan and Lauder, I'm going to say. He's 3-7 on the year. Trevor in deep on a single, trying to cut the corner, walk up the back here. And there's our 3 takedown. We could be getting near fall swipes here, please.
I always like watching Trevor. He's what I would call a mean wrestler.
I love watching him in the first period. He just comes out like you said, a mean guy that just gets after and uses his physicality. Ooh. Trevor looked like he was trying to work that Turk with a step through there, trying to lift that leg, stepping through. Bayport doing a nice job of blocking the leg.
DePere.
Sorry, DePere.
DePere. Bayport was 2 weeks ago.
Well, guess I still got that one on the mind, huh?
Team score sets us at 20-0. And Noyan's going to go to the center of the mat at a 3-0 advantage.
Nice breakdown there by Noyan, getting good wrist control. He's holding onto that tight waist with a wrist. Still trying to get that step through. There he's got his step through. He's got the hips turned, probably looking to get his crossface here for the Turk. So, switching to a scoop of the head. And we lost the leg again. We're back trying to get through it. There's the step through. The Turk has really become one of Pulaski's go-to moves on top. It's really a step through between the guy's legs and then do a crossface and try to get some near fall out of it. It's hard to pin a guy in a Turk, but I have seen it done. Trevor's got to get off that hip. There he goes, gets his hips back up. He's got the leg ride in right now. Looks like Trevor might be trying to work for a cross-face cradle, and that's the period. Once again, ending it on top. Pulaski's choice, they choose to defer. DePere will go down. After spending, about a minute and 53 seconds down in the first period? Well, let's go back there again, Coach said. And that time, at least the bottom man tried to do a stand-up. Trevor did a nice job of capturing the wrist, working looks like he's trying to work through to pull that wrist through. There's that, just got stepped through again with that Turk situation.
The DePere wrestler's not super active, but I will say his length, how much height he's given up, or Noyan's given up, seems to just be causing a little problem.
Trevor did a nice job getting that half in there. He's got to get off those legs and make a T. The DePere wrestler is doing a very nice job of tying up Trevor's legs. We've definitely had swipes, I would have to say, because those shoulders looked like they were exposed. Now, Noyan's got to get that hip up off the mat. The ref is holding 4, and there is our 4 near fall awarded for Pulaski. We're in a Navy situation here, it looks like. This is what I saw a lot of from Bayport when they were here the other night. They were trying to go for this Navy. I don't see Pulaski do this often, so I think it might be trying to kick his leg free, get back into a good position. I just hear the coaches yelling, get that leg out of there, Trevor. Sounds like both coaches would like the guy to get their leg free. Trevor now holding on to the other guy's leg to keep good position. Down to about 12 seconds here. Let's try to end this period on top. Just being honest, Tate, I was a little surprised we didn't have a stall call at all in that period. I felt like
I didn't see much action from the DePere guy.
I felt like the DePere guy wasn't doing much, and after once Trevor got that leg in, he wasn't doing a whole lot either. But we're going, according to Coach Nate, wants us to go neutral. So we are at a 7-0 lead right now for Pulaski. And DePere in on that shot. That looks like a deep shot right there. And there is your 3 takedown.
Brings us to 7-3 with 1:45 to go.
Trevor's going to have to work on the bottom, and they just cut him. It is now 8-3. The DePere wrestler's got a long way to come back if he's going to do the shot and cut method, but we'll see.
Oh, nice circle.
Got to get that chest down, and there it is. He gave the 3 takedown. I was actually a little surprised that that 3 was awarded, but we'll take it. Trevor's got to get off his knees there. And we're out of bounds, and there's the 1 for the escape because Trevor lost control, making it 11-4
so
with
it'll be
minute 8 left. Nice sprawl by Trevor. That was a pretty straight-on shot. Nice sprawl. He's got his 3 takedown right there.
Brings it to 14-4.
Which does make it a major decision if Trevor can end this on top, but he's got to get that shoulder up. If he's going for the Navy ride here, he doesn't have the ankle hooked. He's got to watch a roll coming from the DePere wrestler. Trevor's got to get it back up on top, got to get that head up.
He's got a boot caught in there. Oh, yeah.
Nice job elevating that hips, way to get his legs free, and now he's covering those hips.
We got 20 seconds here left.
Going back to a step-through attempt, trying to grab that ankle.
Trevor still got some juice. 5 minutes into this.
Got about 6 seconds left. And there's your major decision for Trevor with the win of 8 points to 14 for 4 points for Pulaski.
So that'll bring the team score to 24-0. Heading into, was that 138 we just did?
That was
Or
132. We
So
got Garrett Bowden, it looks like, standing over there waiting to report. DePere will have to report first at 132. Sorry, 138 probably.
Which will probably be Isaac Mecklenburg. Isaac is a junior.
I don't know if they've been doing walk-up songs all night, but I feel like this is the first one I've heard.
Can't go wrong with AC/DC.
Garrett, another one of our, I'm going to say, nice freshmen that have been doing a very good job for us. He's 22-8 on the season, wrestling Isaac here, who is 5-4 and a junior. Bowden working his ties, pummeling in for inside position. Nice shot attempt there. He's got to not stop and keep working his way up on it. And nice job from Isaac there, squaring up and getting back neutral. A lot of hand fighting from these two. Garrett in on the leg here, trying to finish that short fireman's barrel roll situation, and there's your 3 takedown.
Now we get to see what the Bowden arsenal looks like on top here.
I believe he was another one that was pretty big on the arm bars earlier in the year. Kind of an over-top hang here. I am not used to seeing that right on top. And we're back neutral.
We got 30 seconds left in the first. Scores 3-1 in favor of Pulaski's Bowden.
Once again, trying to get his feet going. Happy feet usually help. Shot attempt. We stopped once we made contact. We just got to come up with it. That's a nice job. He's got to elevate that leg, pop our head out. There's the 3 takedown with 9 seconds left in the period. Keep the good constant hip pressure here, and we'll go to the second period. It is DePere's choice. They are choosing to defer, and Pulaski will go down in a 6-1 match. And we've got blood for the DePere wrestler.
Got to put the gloves on.
So this is a chance here with the blood time, once again, to shout out the official Red Raider garbage cans that are out here to make Jack Hayward proud. I'll tell you, Tate, with this duel, I really feel like I know DePere's down a couple guys tonight, but Pulaski is wrestling tough. I feel like we've done a really nice job on our feet. The kids have been nice, pushing the tempo, pushing their style. And we're back to the center of the mat, ready to go live here to start the second period. Going to that quad pod here from Garrett. Fighting hands, fighting hands. Surprised there hasn't been a stall call, and he cut him for the escape. Normally you have 5 seconds to return a wrestler to the mat when they stand up like that. I guess the ref maybe got stuck on 4 when he was counting. No, nice single leg here, trying to get to a crackdown position. And there's 3. It's a nice finish right there. Bowden working the wrist, trying to get that cheap wrist tilt right here. He's getting swipes. Nice job popping his legs underneath and elevating that near leg to get that back exposed. And it looks like we got 4 near fall. 14-1 Pulaski. Remember, a 15-point lead is a technical fall. I'm not real sure what Bowden's working with that pry move right there. Maybe I'll have to get up in the room and ask Coach Nate what that's all about. Normally when you're on top, you're always telling your wrestler, stay behind the arms.
We have 25 seconds left to go here in the second period.
And we got cheap tilt attempt right here. He's elevating those legs. He's holding 4. We got to get a pin out of this. Oh, and there it is. There is your win. Technical fall for Garrett Bowden. 18-1.
That was pretty impressive. I mean, I feel like I say the same thing every night or every match tonight, but it's like Pulaski's coming in there with some urgency. They're getting to work, they're getting busy, and they're able to get on top, and DePere doesn't seem to have much of an answer for it.
They're doing a really nice job applying that hip pressure and keeping them down when they're on top. I agree. And on the feet, we're kind of the aggressors tonight.
That's going to bring us to 144.
Lawson Mitchell is out here for Pulaski. He had another nice showing at the Pulaski invite.
He's going to be wrestling Noah Benson, a junior from DePere High School.
Benson in on a single leg. Lawson working the whizzer. And he's squaring it up, and we're back. We got a short fireman's attempt there. Noah Benson here is a 37-11 junior. Lawson comes in as a 28-10 freshman. Lawson still riding that whizzer right there, squaring up and back free. We're back to neutral. Looks like Noah's trying to work an underhook to try to jack him up to open up the single leg. Lawson's got to do a job of keeping those elbows down. There was that short fireman's attempt again. There's that fireman's.
A minute and 10 seconds in, no points have been awarded yet.
I do feel like Lawson is getting into the ties that he wants. Lawson in on a single right there, trying to get it. What are we going to get here? Swim for the head.
Uh-oh.
And we got 3 takedown. Are we going to get some swipes?
We're going to get some swipes. We're getting a couple.
Got to be careful here. Getting high like this, you want to throw in those legs when you're staying parallel like this with a guy. He's got a nice cup on that chin, pulling that head up.
Oh.
And time expired. There would be 4 near fall for Pulaski. 7-0 lead at the end of 1.
Lawson really gained control of his last 30 seconds of the match there, as we stayed pretty neutral throughout the duration of the first there.
And Lawson deferred here, and the DePere wrestler has chose to go both up. Maybe after that, I don't know, he didn't want to go underneath Lawson. But we're neutral here to start the second period. And we're out of bounds, back neutral, back in the center of the mat, minute 40 left in the second. I'll be honest, on that way that Lawson just got shot off the mat there in college, that would have been a stall call. Not a whole lot of effort for Lawson to try to circle back in, but.
Knowing your crowd tonight.
Yeah. I don't believe we've had a stall call yet tonight in the duel, so it's one of those where you have to know your wrestler you're going against and also know how the match gets officiated. Lawson's in here with the shin whizzer, and that was a nice job by Noah elevating that leg and getting his 3 takedown. It is 7-3 in favor of Pulaski. And then comes the boot. Double boots are in. He's going to try to break him flat. He's probably going to look for a power half here. So a Lawson here, you want to try to build your hips up and swim for that head when the guy's sitting high like that, because his hips are so high up on Lawson's shoulders. Normally when you're leg riding like that, you want to stay a little further back, but you want to be working a power half, which I don't really see the guy on top working. He's working more of a side push into your face. Or I don't know. I don't know what we're working on top here. I'm kind of surprised we haven't hit a stalemate call or something, or a stall on top with this, but I know Lawson isn't really
he
working
doesn't seem to be bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, he's just sitting on there, and he isn't really working anything on top. He's just laying and pushing on his head.
He was able to get one of the boots out.
And that's the end of the second period, and it will be Pulaski's choice, and coach is going to put him down. Hopefully we see Pulaski hit a move here off the whistle and we don't just sit down there. 7-3 lead heading into the third. Not much of a move off the bottom. Into a quad pod position, he's blocking off. Now they're fighting hands here. Lawson is trying to break free. Ref is telling him you got to return, and
seemed to give him plenty of warning there.
Like I said, got stuck on 4.
Looks like he's trying to work a cradle.
Yeah, Lawson's got to get that head up here. Well, he's got the boots back in, probably more of a banana split. Now we're high. If Lawson could take that left arm and swim for his head, that might help. Noah trying to get his hips back up on top and does a nice job of doing it.
The minute 15 to go here. We got Lawson Mitchell holding on to a 4-point lead.
Once again, Lawson's not doing much of building a base, but the guy on top is just sitting on him like he's not even working a half. He's just pushing on him. If I'm a ref here, I'm calling a stalemate and making these guys go up neutral. Or not neutral, go back to, there's the stalemate call.
There we go. DePere fans want a stalling call.
It's very hard to get your hips up when the guy's just sitting on you. I don't know.
He's got double boots in. I think they're equally guilty there. I like the stalemate call.
Lawson's, if you've noticed, Lawson had that hand. I saw him do that earlier in the match. I thought maybe his leg was bothering him, but I think that was his attempt to try to block the boots from coming in, where he was grabbing his own calf to try to close off the area.
Now we see some action from Benson here.
Trying to do a slide underneath roll through here. He was getting desperate.
I think he got himself in trouble.
I think we should have a reversal here. There's our reversal, and we're getting near fall swipes.
We're getting swipes here.
We might.
We got 13 seconds to see if we get some extra team points here.
I'll be honest, if we can get 4 near fall, Tate, my simple math tells me that that puts us at a major decision for us.
And we got 4.
Making it 13-3 in favor of Pulaski for the major decision.
Lawson did a nice job just fighting.
Coming up next for Pulaski, we've got Max Fredrickson. He's a cool young lad who I love watching him on his feet. He just does a great job of pushing what he wants and attacking.
He's definitely an explosive kid. And then we got a 150-pounder for DePere. Should be Easton Pollock, a senior. We'll wait to verify that. And we can now confirm it'll be Easton Pollock. Max looks like he's given up 2 or 3 inches in height here. Let's see what he can do it as he tries to maintain Pulaski's dominance tonight at a 33-0 team score.
There's a shot from space for Max. Max likes to motion and shoot from space. Max is a 24-9 junior. Easton Pollock is a 20-14 senior for DePere. Max in on the single leg, trying to get to the crackdown position. Nice finish there. He's got to clear his legs, though. He's getting his legs tied up. Cross face there, fight through it. And there is your takedown. Oh, there was this locked hands call on Max. So the ref called Max for a technical violation. When you are not in neutral and a guy is down on the mat, you are not allowed to lock your hands around the body. So it was 1 point for a technical violation, locked hands, and then 1 more point for Easton Pollock for the escape. So it is a 3-2 match now in favor of Max. Max dictating his ties here. Nice shuck by. Also known as a pass by. Nice finish by Max. Getting in deep, and that is another 3 takedown.
Max is the guy that likes the double legs.
Just so smooth with them.
We got 10 seconds here. See if Max can hold on top here.
Keep following. You always want to finish on top. And they're both out of bounds, but we are still in control. We have 0.5 seconds for Max to not let him away.
I've been on Max here.
I like his chances. Wow, that guy hit quite a move on the bottom. We have a defer for DePere, giving Pulaski their choice, and Max will go neutral. So both guys are on their feet. Max is trying to pull down his singlet a little bit here, fix his knee pad. And here we go. Oh, that was a nice snap down to the double leg. That was pretty right there, Tate. Max now working the wrists. Looks like he's almost working a half, might be cutting him. Applying pressure to the head, trying to make sure. Oh, and we're going to shove him out of bounds. And there's his escape. We're back neutral. 9-3 is the score.
Rear single leg for Max.
Trying to finish in bounds here. Nice job walking him back in bounds, chucking him, and 3. Max getting in a bad position here, bailing on it, and there is a reversal. 12-5 in favor of Max right now. Got to build our base. Nothing good happens when we lay on the bottom. Max has got to work to get that head up. He's fighting hands underneath right now, trying to clear. And then went the boot again. I feel we've seen more leg rides tonight, Tate, than we saw the entire duel meet against, well, the Coleman duel that I did earlier this year or the Bayport duel. Max has got to move here. He's got his hip on the mat. The DePere wrestler does. Normally with a leg ride, you don't want your hips sitting on the mat.
Like his leg's trapped, huh?
I just think he's maybe there. His hips are up. I always say when I coach wrestling, the best way to stop a leg rider from putting the legs in, move. Right off the whistle here, getting the move right away so that he can't try to shoot that leg in.
Max will have 13 seconds to get.
And we have a caution on Max, which means he moved a little early. You are allowed 3 cautions or 2 cautions, and the third caution is not a team, it's an individual point for the other wrestler. There's a nice move by Max right off the whistle. He's got 10 seconds, he's fighting, trying to run free, trying to cut out, and we missed the throw attempt there. And
we're getting swipes.
And there's, what does he call? What does he give?
Nope.
He's giving no swipes. He said there was 1 swipe, then he went back, lost the exposure, and then swiped again. And now Max is down, and DePere is choosing to go on top, I believe.
All right. Score is 12-5 in favor of Pulaski's Frederickson. He's got 2 minutes to hold on here, hopefully to even add to it. Good initial move there. Nice return from the DePere wrestler.
Got the leg in here, trying to work we're working a cross hip ride here. Maybe working for a banana splits, and then that was interesting, Tate. I don't know why when you have the legs in, you'd kind of give that suck to pull them off the mat like that, but. Ooh, thought Max may have left early, but we're all good. Max fighting the hands here. He's got to be aware of that leg coming in. Max cutting free. That was very nice. Escape. We're 13-5 Pulaski. Max with that double again. Getting in there, clear those legs. 3 takedown. I heard let him go, I hear from the Pulaski bench.
Pollock was shaking his head in disgust there after allowing another double leg takedown. We got a 10-point lead here.
Coach wants Max to get after it. Oh, there was a headgear pull, it looked like. And we've got stalling on Pulaski.
All right, first one of the night, right?
Yeah, I didn't know his hand made a fist tape. Good to see. The reason Max got called for stalling there is he backed straight off the mat. And I did think that there was a headgear grab, but the ref, that's a technical foul, and it would have been a point for Pulaski if he would have seen it, but Max needs to get his hips up here. This is a waterfall position if Max can pop his head up and elevate here. Switching to maybe a crackdown in on that single leg. Knowing Max, I wouldn't be surprised if he was looking for the stalemate, and there's the call.
The neutral, all right.
So we got about 37 seconds left in this one. And we just back straight off, and there's a stall on us again, and that is a point for the DePere wrestler.
That's an interesting call after what we've seen tonight.
Yeah, I struggle with it just for the simple fact of I know the DePere wrestler is doing a lot of pushing,
Right.
but Max has taken every single shot in this match. Every single shot, I think. We got about 17 seconds left here. Coach is telling Max, stay in there, keep our elbows down, stay in good position. Control the center of the mat, get on that single leg. Max is going to step up here. Oh, don't slam him, Max. He's just going to walk around, set him down super soft. There's 3 takedown. And just so you guys all know, I can do simple math. We have about 6 weight classes left. Max just got us a major decision win. 6 times 6 is 36, which that right there just guaranteed a conference championship for Pulaski.
Fredrickson gets to punch the ticket there. But we got more wrestling, Spindler. We're not done.
And this one right here, this coming out for DePere right here is we have a ranked wrestler, Olin Neville. He's ranked number 4 at 157. I was telling Tate earlier today that I watched him wrestle a Bayport wrestler when he was a freshman, and I knew this kid would be pretty special. He's got 1 loss this year.
And Parker Service of Pulaski, the junior.
I mean, I look at Parker, he's definitely not losing anything muscle-wise to this kid. Parker trying to dictate his ties. He's got the underhook here. Trying to do a throw by, controlling the wrist. So Parker is a junior that is 25-11 on the year. Neville, like I said, is 45-1 and a junior. He's a 2-time state qualifier. Has not placed at the state tournament, but there's a takedown and a quick escape for Parker. It's 3-1 for Olin. I do like Tate how Parker is getting after it. He's trying his ties. He's trying to push for what he likes. There's another takedown for DePere, and he runs him off. And I was just going to say that's the stalling on green.
Huh?
I would have thought
I refuse
that
to try to understand.
Apparently we have blood time for green, so it was a stalling on green, which is the DePere wrestler for just running it.
Oh, okay.
Running service right off the mat. For those of you watching tonight, I don't know if they're zoomed in at all, but Coach Hensel, the DePere head coach, is a former Pulaski grad. I believe his dad still helps with the middle school program here in Pulaski.
Do you see any similarities between the 2 programs with having Pulaski head coach for DePere?
I wasn't here when Hensel was a wrestler. Actually, the way that they're riding the legs so much is kind of a surprise to me for what I've seen from Pulaski since I've been here for the last 10 years. And Olin in on a single leg there, and there's 3 takedown, and he's cutting Parker's service again. Makes the score 9-3.
Parker's right back in there.
Slide by attempt, 3 takedown on the slide by. Parker in on a single, holding on to it. He's got 1 on it, try to double off if you can, and there is the takedown for Olin. I'm going to go with a 15-5 score right now, and another takedown makes it 18-6. Another slide by attempt from Olin. And that puts us at 21-6, which is a technical fall in a minute and 45 seconds, Tate?
Yep, and that'll break the DePere drought as Neville secures 5 team points. It brings a team score to 37-5 in favor of your Pulaski Red Raiders, bringing us to the 165-pound.
So just so you're aware, Tate, in college, that would have actually only been a 4-point technical fall, because in college, if you do not get any back points on them, you do not get awarded that extra point. Just a little tidbit for you. Do what you want with it.
And I believe DePere will be running out Jack Gretzinger. Pulaski will be riding out recently 100 match winner Mason Taylor.
Yeah, at the Pulaski Invite, I believe it was maybe the quarterfinals. Mason Taylor collected his 100th win with a pin.
Mason's also a decorated football player as well, earning all conference honors, both as a junior and senior as a linebacker on the football team for Jared Marsh.
That was a nice reshot attempt right there by DePere, and that is a 3 takedown. Mason just got his feet a little close together. So Mason is a 23-10 senior, and Jack here is a 28-10 junior. Mason working to build that base. In comes the low leg there, trying to hook the ankle. Mason working to build his base back up again, going to a quad pod position with a little bit of float ride from DePere on top, holding that foot in. And we're out of bounds, and now we're getting a fresh start. And there is blood, I believe, for the DePere wrestler. I don't know about you, Tate. I'm assuming maybe these DePere wrestlers really like those garbage cans that we have, those official Pulaski Red Raider garbage cans. All right, I'm going to be done with that now. So we're at a team score right now of 37-5 Pulaski. And I would say tonight's lineup that DePere is marching out there with missing those 2 ranked wrestlers at the lightweights, right now is where we're getting into their strength of their lineup. They just had Olin out there. Like I said, Jack here is 28-10, and I know the guys after him are also
Gallagher
have pretty good records coming in too.
So good little reset here for Taylor. As we're going to resume the first period here after blood time with 1 minute and 18 seconds left. Taylor on bottom, trailing 3-0 currently.
Nice stand up off the whistle. That was quick, and there is your escape. I love watching guys move like that off the bottom. Trying the arm pass right there. Taylor kind of jumped into it, looking for a throw here. It looks like a little whip over. We're running a little front head, trying to shuck. Didn't bring our hips along, and 3 takedown for DePere. I like the physicality that we were seeing from Mason there, but he was just getting his hips in a little too tight and wasn't moving enough, and the DePere wrestler was able to take advantage of it. And there's an escape for Mason, 6-2. Mason trying to dictate his ties right here, trying a little bit of a slide-by attempt. Mason maybe trying an arm pass here. Oh, going for that high crotch shot, stepping up, trying to finish. Got to watch the neck wrench coming here. Can we get him down? Can we get the finish? And we're out of bounds, and we're still neutral. That was a nice shot by Mason. 2.3 seconds left here in the first period. Be ready for that shot right off the whistle. And DePere just backed away. Ready, content to go to the second period. DePere chooses to defer, and Mason Taylor goes down. I hope we see that quick stand-up again, Tate.
6-2 is the team score.
Try the individual match score.
Thank you, sir.
Looks like we're working an arm bar maybe here on top now. Trying to dig out a wrist. Mason's got to work up here on the bottom. Looks like we're getting a guy trying. Jack on top is trying to throw in those boots. Taylor building his base right here, trying to block off to cut away, and there is your escape. It is a 6-3 match. We are a takedown away from having this thing tied up. Oh, we got Taylor into a cow catcher position, into a bear hug, and boom, there is the takedown.
Ties us up at 6 with 1 minute 10 to go here.
Looks like Taylor's trying to go for a cradle, but we've got blood time on green. Taylor was just running that cradle. He's fired up.
Yeah, he's done a nice job just kind of weathering the storm here, and then he finally gets in a position there to maybe get some extra points.
on that cow catcher, I think his hips got in a little tight, and the Bayport wrestler knew how to counter it, but then he switched off to that bear hug.
DePere.
DePere. Yep.
What do you think about Gretzinger's headgear there? It's like Pulaski blue. I'm sorry, Pulaski red with some blue. It's like a Team USA headgear or something.
Yeah, those headgears were pretty popular when I first started coaching about, not to date myself, but about 15, 20 years ago. And you don't see a lot of those anymore, but they have that little extra pad in the front.
You think he leads with his head?
I mean, if you're wearing it, you probably, maybe a little bit.
He was the recipient of a heavy crossface there from Taylor.
Trying to work that cradle again. Taylor trying to keep some good solid hip pressure on him. Trying to ride the hips and break him flat again. Going to a coffee grinder off this wrist. Ooh, barring it up. Trying to get that near wrist over there so we can run it. There it is. He's trying to run that bar. And we switched to the half. That was a nice. We might get a pin here, Tate. He is flatter than
nowhere
flat.
to go.
That was nice. That was a very nice transition from that running that bar to boom, popping that half. Nice job, Mason Taylor.
That was a nice job. It did not start the greatest, and he just kind of weathered the storm, and then even with the blood time there when he had some advantage there and kind of was a little frustrated, but was able to gather himself and put together a nice little finish there to get us 6 more points.
One thing we failed to mention, these seniors' last time wrestling in their home gym.
Yeah.
So to end your last match there with a win.
Him and Trevor Noyan both, right?
Yep, and Trevor. Hopefully we got a couple more seniors getting one. We know Zeke could get one at the end with a forfeit.
Sawyer Goodness?
We got Sawyer coming up here after Lucas Ford, who's out here at 175 for Pulaski.
And then I believe
we
have Grady Gallagher.
Grady Gallagher.
Junior. I believe he's one of their wrestlers with a pretty impressive record. We're waiting for our technology to give us a little more information. So bear with us there and we'll tell you about Mr. Gallagher.
Ford working a little in and out here, trying to set up his shots. And there's a nice in on a single. Can he cut the corner?
Clears the head.
He's got, the ankles are getting tied up though. That's always tough to get a finish when the ankles get tied up. And I believe there's a situation right there with a high head, Tate.
Oh.
And we got a cradle, it looks like, when they're getting swipes. They had a takedown, and here's swipes on the cradle.
Nice job from Ford to fight that off.
And it looks like the ref's holding Fork because he has not awarded the points yet because the cradle is still locked up by the DePere wrestler. And he says, we'll stop that one. It's a pretty quick pin call for what he's had tonight, but that's a pin for DePere to take the team score to 43-11.
And that's going to take us up to the 90-pound weight class, where with DePere's injuries, they got pretty limited options. I believe we're going to get Bryce Bromberg,
who's a senior.
Who's also, yes, a senior.
And they're forfeiting to him.
And Pulaski forfeits.
And we're going to send up Sawyer Goodness is going to jump up to 215 tonight. There was just a headgear throw from the DePere wrestler. Seemed rather upset that he got the forfeit. Good thing that the ref did not see it. And they're forfeiting at 215, so they're going to bump up possibly to wrestle Zeke at heavyweight. So we got a couple of forfeits. And at heavyweight,
looks like
doesn't look like anyone is. Oh, nope, there's a kid back there for him. So we're going to send out. They're going to send out Wes Olson, it looks like. Not real sure what that whole situation was about at heavyweight or at all those weight classes, but we're sending Wes Olson out to collect the forfeit, and that's your dual meet, everybody.
Well, I did not see that coming. There at the end there. I was expecting a little more. But anyway, the celebration says it all here at Fred Castle Fieldhouse. Pulaski has clinched the FRCC championship. The first since the 2021-22 season, and they've done it on their home mat. This is a moment years in the making for the program, this community, and these wrestlers.
You can feel how much it means. The discipline, the depth, the finishes. This team earned every bit of the title.
For Adam Spindler, I'm Tate McMillan saying congratulations to the Pulaski Red Raiders, FRCC champions, once again. Thanks for joining us tonight from Pulaski, Wisconsin. We're now going to send it down to the mat where we have junior 113-pounder Jack Falk for a post-match interview.
got my best wrestling coming up in sectionals, and this is the time of year you want to peak and be your best. So big win tonight, even though I didn't wrestle. This is a huge team win, so I'm very excited for what's